Now, an innovation in theatre is coming to the stage in Sittingbourne this June, with a concert performed entirely seated. With a cast of both wheelchair and non-wheelchair users, the carefully crafted choreography aims at making the industry both more inclusive while also raising money for a children's charity. Now, it's worth mentioning 3 members of the cast all have a genetic disorder called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and they use wheelchairs on a daily basis. And they say the right equipment is crucial for a much better quality of life. Well, on our the Kent Morning Show, joining us earlier was Kay Wright, who told us all about the show and what processes are currently going on to make it their best one yet.
Boom Hush Theatre Productions is a theatre company, and we raise awareness for charitable causes and under-discussed illnesses. And this year we're supporting Whizz Kidz, which is a charity for children's wheelchairs. And we are creating a show that is entirely seated to help raise awareness of limited mobility and to help provide equality within our theatre.
And the cast is, as we said, it's a mix of wheelchair users, non-wheelchair users. Tell us about that dynamic and how everybody's working together, because it's something we've explored here kind of on the channel before with wheelchair rugby, for example. I went and had a go, and there's lots of people who are wheelchair users in their day-to-day lives and people who aren't, but they're able to all come together just the same and play the sport, you know, in exactly the same way. I would imagine it has a similar translation in theatre.
Yeah, so basically we make sure the choreography is tailored for seating. So obviously there are lots of big arm movements, and we work together with the wheelchair users, and actually our choreographer is one of the wheelchair users. So we work together to help create things that everybody can do within everybody's ability, and also make it visually interesting for the audience, because we want to create a good show as well as create inclusivity for everybody.
And we can see some pictures. I presume that's from a rehearsal there on the screen.
Yeah.
So from that already, what impact do you think this is going to have? It's going to be quite big, isn't it?
Honestly, we have learnt so much just from doing the rehearsals. Bethany is a new member of the group, and she is actually a recipient of Whizz Kidz help. Who helped her find the right wheelchair and also helped her get the skills that she needed, learn the skills she needed to manoeuvre the wheelchair. Recently, a lot of us have had a wheelchair relay where we, as non-wheelchair users, had a go in one, trying to manoeuvre, and actually it's harder than you would think. So we've learned so much, and I know that Bethany has really, really enjoyed this experience. She's actually commented how much she's missed being on stage since she has been in a wheelchair. So it's been rewarding already. I'm hoping it'll have the same impact to the audience as well.
And how far do you think the concept could go? Do you think it's something that you'll implement in the future, at future productions?
Obviously, yes. I mean, so our choreographer is a wheelchair user, our director is a wheelchair user. So going forward, we will be using this concept even more, and using wheelchairs on stage, or using walking aids on stage, because they are ambulatory wheelchair users, which means they can walk, but they can't walk very far and they can't walk for very long. So this concept has changed, I think, how we perceive theatre, and I'm hoping it will change how other companies perceive theatre as well, and how we can all include everybody in an art form that we all love.
Up on that a little bit. Are people in wheelchairs often overlooked? And I mean, I guess with that, should there be more representation when it comes to the stage?
Yeah, I think so. I think people are kind of restricted as to what they can do. Recently, actually, the theatre we are rehearsing in, we've just been raising money for that as well, for a wheelchair lift, to help that be more accessible for not only the theatre goers but the people performing. Honestly, sometimes it's the venues, bless them, they are trying to be more inclusive and be more accessible, but it can be tricky for the smaller venues, but we're working on it. So yeah, to just trying really hard to make it more inclusive for everybody, and wheelchair users who just want to have the freedom to be like everybody else and do the things that they can do.
I suppose that's the thing, isn't it? Because it's not just those people that are on the stage performing, it's for audiences as well. And theatre has always been a place for inclusivity and making it accessible for all. Right, tell us then, what can somebody expect if they were hoping to come along and see everything that's going on?
Oh, it's going to be a fantastic show. So it's all the songs from the movies. So we've got songs from Top Gun, we've got songs from Shrek. It's a family show. So bring your kids, it's going to be so much fun. And the choreography is honestly so innovative and creative. It's been a challenge, but I think Cheska's risen to the challenge. It's going to be amazing and fun. So please come and see it, because we're going to try and raise as much money for Whizz Kidz as possible.
And where does that money go? You're saying Whizz Kidz. What does Whizz Kidz do? How useful is this money going to be? Where's it going to go?
So Whizz Kidz is a children's wheelchair charity. So they provide wheelchairs for young people who need them. But it's not just about providing a wheelchair, it's providing the right wheelchair for that person, because there are so many different types and so many different needs that people have. And actually, one of our members who's a wheelchair user said to me that the wrong wheelchair can actually feel more disabling. So they provide those wheelchairs. And also Bethany, who went to some classes that provided the teaching of the skills to be able to use the wheelchair, to manoeuvre up curbs, and to actually how to steer, because it's actually really tricky. And they're also campaigning for more equality and more inclusivity in the world in general, so more awareness.
Well, we've hit the halfway mark now, so it's time for a very